This expatriate in Singapore urgently needed to find a new home after her landlord increased her rent by 40%. She searched property listings online and says the competition was intense.
It was a routine every day for me to troll the property websites such as Property Guru, 99.com, and the various property rental Facebook groups. Even 80% of the ones that I managed to reach out to, the agents, it was already taken.
Joanne eventually came across a listing that seemed like a good fit.
I wanted to see the property and I could make my time even that same day. But the fake agent said that unfortunately there were many people ahead of me and the earliest time to view the property was on a Monday, and I knew by then it would be far too late. It would have been taken. So he sent me a video of the property. The photos, the videos looked very legitimate of the actual property itself. It was a fully furnished place. I then called him to say I was very interested in what can he do to help me move earlier to see the viewing. He said the only way was to do a tenancy agreement up ASAP, then and put a deposit down, and thereby he will take the listing off the platforms.
Eager to secure the apartment, Joanne transferred a deposit of 2 months' rent to the agent.
After I had transferred the money, around half an hour later, he messaged me and called me again saying that, you know, there are other offers and if possible to put an extra 2-month advance payment of the rental fee. So all in all, I transferred $9,600 to the scammer. He talked about how many keys that needed to be cut, that some of the furniture will be removed, that there's no dryer, there's a washer. So every little detail to try and make it more believable.
Joanne did her due diligence before making payment. All agents in Singapore need to be registered with the Council for Estate Agencies, or CEA. So Joanne checked the agent's name and registration number on CEA's public register, but she missed a couple of details that would cost her. First, she transferred the deposit to the agent rather than the homeowner. And then she realized the agent's mobile number was different from the one she had been liaising with.
My heart sank. Nevertheless, I did call that number, and the real Eddie Lim real estate agent picked up the phone.
The agent in question was property agent Eddie Lim. By then, he had already realized scammers were impersonating him.
On a daily basis, I get 2 to 3 calls from all the victims that tell me, are you the real Eddie? I received this call from this Chinese-speaking lady. She said that she transferred me the money and also we did the tenancy agreement. And then why am I avoiding her call from them? So I didn't know what's going on at first. Yeah, then after that I feel something is wrong. So I tried to explain to her. I say, you want, I can follow you to the police station, to clarify things.
Scammers went to the extent of replicating Eddie's name cards and ID tags. Joanne and Eddie are both victims of a growing number of rental scams in Singapore. Close to $4 million was lost to rental scams in the first 8 months of 2022, with almost 1,000 people falling victim. Property platform Oh My Home says the high demand for rental properties has also made it easier for scammers to prey on victims by creating a sense of urgency.
So typically, the scammers will create a demand for that property, ensure that you do not have time to do the research. So they will mention something like, I have a lot of tenants on board. They will ensure that these customers will not have viewings. They will go about by offering this customer the rental unit without any viewing. Sometimes as well, they will just ask for money for deposits just to make a viewing. So all of these are really red flags, not common practice.
Another red flag is below market prices.
If the deal is too good to be true, it's usually not true. Yeah, so basically some of the telltale signs that people can see is when they say, hey, you need to transfer the deposit because a lot of people is waiting, there's no such things.
To avoid being scammed, cross-check with the Council for Estate Agencies public register. Match the agent's name, registration, and mobile phone number. Insist on viewing the property before making any deposit. And check for proof of ownership on the Singapore Land Authority website to make sure the name of the house owner tallies with the person you are transferring money to. Online providers are also stepping up security measures. Property platform Oh My Home has started using SingPass verification to weed out scam listings on its website. Experts say there is little recourse for victims once the money is transferred out, especially since there is no unauthorized access to your bank account. It's unlikely the money can be traced back, as scammers typically use mule networks. And it is likely such scams will become more sophisticated and harder to spot.
Historically, it would be a single person operating, but now this is big business. And so it's like a factory. There are people that are trained on how to talk to the victims. There are people working on the websites. And so when you have all those people working on that, you can build something in the same way that a real business can develop a sophisticated product. So that makes the scams more difficult to detect, more convincing, and that's really where the problem lies.
If you've been affected, share your story. It can help others avoid being scammed.